Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're obviously not working in the school bus again.
Surprise.
All right, today we're gonna give you guys an update on the bus and where it stands.
All right, so where do we begin?
Hi, we are Ethan and Genesis.
We are a newlywed couple from New England.
In January of 2019, we embarked on a crazy wild journey of full-time RVing in pursuit of liberty from the 9 to 5.
Originally, we intended for the adventure to last a year, but once we got a taste of freedom, we found our home is destined to be where we park it.
We welcome you all to subscribe and follow our adventure.
Like nothing could stop us. Sunsets, remember the colors. They were wrong, it was way more than a dream.
We are Project No Destination.
And this is our white picket fence.
So we received a phone call on Tuesday. Like very, very bad news, obviously. We're smiling, but funny. So we received a phone call from the mechanic. They said that they had some parts to figure out, I guess, like how to locate them, how to get them, how to order them, whatever it was. They figured it all out, and they gave us the grand total.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please. So I thought originally, I was like, oh, okay, like maybe like on the high end, like $500 or $600 it's gonna cost us for the brakes.
What? 500-600? I thought you were gonna say like 2,000-3,000.
No, that's what you thought it was gonna be?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know anything about like cars or trucks or buses.
Yeah, but 500-600?
What do normal brakes cost?
I think like a normal car that would have charged you more than that.
Really?
But yeah, for the labor and parts.
I thought it was like $100 for like brake.
You're talking about oil changes, maybe.
No. All right.
She's talking about synthetic oil changes. That's what she thinks.
Okay. All right. So, anyways, I was like, okay, how expensive could it be? Like $500-600 on the high end, and yeah, it is that number. Adding a zero to the end of it. The price that it's going to cost us to change out the routers,
the rotors. Yeah.
I'm just gonna stop talking.
Change out the rotors, the calipers, the brake lines. I think some brake like brake pads. That's all gonna cost us $6,300 with parts and labor. There's one guy that said it could have costed him. I mean, it could if he did the job, it would have costed us $5,500. But then he's like an hour and a half away, so that means we'll have to tow the bus all the way to him.
Yeah.
And
that would probably it probably end up being the same thing.
Yeah.
So initially, when we got the total of the $6,300, we were like, absolutely not. Like, we are not going to do this. Yeah. Like, there's no way that we're going to throw this much money into it. Mm-hmm. We obviously saved up for the bus to get it like remodeled on the inside, converted and all that. But we didn't bank on the brakes being like costing us that much. So we were like, this is just like, we're not going to do it. But then we started thinking, and just like, we swallowed the pill, waited a few days.
Yeah.
And I remember that same day I was like when I got that news, like my stomach was like in a knot. I was like sad. I think I like laid down to like go to sleep. Like that was it. Like depression like came over me. And then like I think like probably like 5 or 6 minutes into my like in my nap, something was just like get up and like finish what you started.
Yeah, hers is very short lived. Mine's went on for like a whole day. I was at work. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of that thing. I'm gonna take it to the junkyard, or I'm gonna try to sell
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Try to sell it for like $1,000. I don't know. A lot of bad thoughts went through my mind. At that
Yeah.
time.
I was thinking, I was like, okay, if we sold the bus though, like we need brakes in order to sell it. Because clearly it didn't work out too well and we got it sold to us and it didn't have any brakes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, so it kind of like always circled around to the fact that we needed to get brakes.
Yeah.
In order to move it again. So, I did think about like the whole selling thing, but then I was like, it's just crazy because we put so much work into it. Yeah. And obviously we're nowhere near being done, but we put so much work into it. And I kind of kept thinking like specifically about the stairs and like how long it took us to do those stairs and cut the tiles. And I was like, there's no way. Like there's no way.
I was thinking about the long drive that I took. Like the 2-hour drive to get it to our friend's house.
Oh really? That's what you thought about?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about all the rivets we knocked out the other day, or like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about all the power washing we did under the bus, all the removing of the floor. I have a crack on my screen. I keep thinking I have a unibrow, which I do have a unibrow. I keep going like wanting to swipe it off.
Yeah, I definitely thought about all the hard work. For some reason it was the stairs, but then thinking about it now, it's like the door. Like the door was probably like so frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
It was it was a very frustrating task. All that to say that we put so much work into this bus. It was hard. It was a hard pill to swallow that we would end up just selling it. And even if we did make back the money that we put into it, or at least the money that we bought it for, it still was like, it wasn't worth it to us because we put so much work into it.
Yeah.
So, well, then a few days passed by. I was like really upset. Obviously, I called the lady that sold us the bus, and I just was like how could she do something like this? But after all, she basically said, and we believe her, she didn't realize like the bus wasn't that bad of shape. I guess she was like, well, like I knew like the brakes, like I mean, I know sometimes you kind of think it's like, how do you not know the bus was that bad? But whatever. I'm just gonna choose to believe her and not dwell on the fact that she irresponsibly sold us, something that was gonna need a lot of money. Obviously, we know we bought an old bus, and so with an old bus, like comes old issues.
Yeah.
But I guess like we just didn't see it like being that expensive. Obviously, I thought the brakes were gonna cost $500 or $600, and you thought it was gonna cost $2,000.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna cost $2,000 to $3,000.
So, so we ended up speaking to her. She tried finding like some places that we could possibly bring our bus to get fixed. So she gave us 3 different contacts for mechanics, and we were unable to get a hold of 2 out of 3, right? Yeah, 2 out of 3 we weren't able to get a hold of, and it had been days that we like been calling them and didn't get a reply back. And then the one that you thought about, which was, he said it could cost us $5,500, but it's like there's no telling, like
Yeah, he was very helpful though.
Anyways, it was nice of her. We're choosing to forgive her, and we're choosing to move on, and we are choosing to pay $6,300 to get the brakes fixed. I think we just came to like a conclusion that we are not gonna let our dream die.
Yeah.
And good things take hard work, and we were pretty much fearless, and we don't ever want to lose that fearless like attitude. I know for a second I was just like, I'm never gonna trust anybody again. I'm like always gonna be skeptical, and then I thought about it and I'm like, so then I'm pretty much not ever gonna live.
Yeah.
So the good thing is, on the bright side, like we had been budgeting for the repairs for the bus, and obviously like $6,300 is not something we wanted to throw at brakes. Like I don't want to like get preachy, but in 1 week, like from Monday till today, we were literally able to just work 1 full week and be able to afford like the exact amount that we need for the like brakes. And that just like is, I think it's amazing, and I know that and we know that like God provides, and that was not just like a coincidence. There was obviously like work that came in for you that you were able to like work on the weekend, like some side jobs, and like to be able to say that in 1 week, like that's not even touching like our savings. That's like amazing. So grateful that we're keeping the faith, and we're so grateful that we just kind of trusted the journey and trusted that we're on the right path. And you know, I know we like doubted it, and I know that when you found out the whole $6,300, you were like, I'm just really questioning like everything at this point. So yeah, we're making the right decision, and obviously like the project is gonna be pushed back, but it's gonna get done at the end of the day.
Yeah, right.
So I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too.
And like it's that much more we're gonna love this bus.
Yeah.
And I know like last time we were talking, you're like, oh, we'll just like maybe we'll sell it, and I was like, I don't think I'm ever selling this bus. Because of like all the work that we've gone through, emotional stress, like it's really like yeah. All right, so obviously we don't have the bus in the shop. To sum up everything, it's gonna be getting work done. We don't know like when it'll be done, but I think that what we learned is like everything is not working on our timing, and we're just gonna be patient and like take our time. I think that's one of the lessons that we took out of this. Like we feel like everything was so rushed, like we have to get this done, like it has to be done by this date, and it's just like we're just gonna throw our time frame out the window, and we want to do this right. We want it's like everything to be like not perfect, because nothing is perfect, but we want it to be like our best work. So you know, we're pretty much, this is what we thought at the end of the day. This is gonna be like our home, and yeah, you know, there's things that are unexpected, but the same thing happens when you buy your first home or you own a home. We own a home now, and there's so many things that come up that you're like, oh, this went bad. Like I have to buy a new boiler. Like my roof is leaking. I gotta get a roofer. Like it's like unexpected things that happen, and it's your home, so it's not gonna be perfect. And I think that's what, you know, messes up is our expectation of things. There was a video that Creativity RV uploaded today, and we quote, it was a friend of hers that she was quoting, and it says, expectations are premeditated resentments. And that couldn't be more accurate of like our situation. And yeah, so we just have to be aware of our like expectations and how they can really just like distort our like view of things, like when they don't go a specific way, you know.
I think when we were expecting to get the bus done in like 3 to 4 months, we were both under a lot of pressure and stress. Just the thought of like, okay, this has to get done in 3 to 4 months, and now that we're kind of like going with the flow, and we're like, okay, it's gonna take a lot longer. Now we know why people say it's gonna take at least 1.5 years to 2 years,
right?
Which I don't think it'll take us that long. But now we get it why people say that, you know, just because things like this do come up, and like we heard like stories of like engines going bad, and and transmissions going bad, and you know, there's families that had like major setbacks because of that. So this is a pretty big setback, but we're not gonna dwell on it. We're gonna just keep building. We're gonna keep moving forward, and I think a lot of people would have gave up, to be honest. This isn't easy, and
you know, something that we're taking out of this is that just because something is your calling doesn't mean that it's supposed to go smoothly. And it doesn't mean that it's gonna go smoothly, and it doesn't mean that everything's gonna be perfect. It doesn't mean that everything's gonna be aligned. It doesn't mean that there's not gonna be tears involved, that there's not gonna be stress involved. That it doesn't mean that. And I think that that's the expectation for people. I think the expectation is that if you're called to a certain thing, like it should be easy, and that's not true at all. There would be no growth in that. Like there would be, like, you would come out and be the same exact person if there weren't challenges.
yeah, we're not gonna let our dream die because of this.
Yeah.
There's obviously like there's other families that are building school buses, and people have ran into issues like engines and
Right.
and transmissions gone bad, and so this is just obviously like a little setback, but we're not gonna dwell on the negative. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep pressing forward. Yeah, this is our dream, and if it costs us an extra $6,300, then we will do it, you know. And
obviously this week we're not working on the bus, but we're headed to Washington DC, and we're gonna vlog. We haven't done like a travel vlog in a while, so we're excited, and it's part of my mom's birthday gift from us. So none of us have been to Washington DC, and we're really excited. We're supposed to be going to the White House, the U.S. Capitol, and
other museums.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, it should take us 7 hours, a 7-hour drive from Connecticut, and yeah. So stay tuned for our next vlog that will not be featuring this wall.
Yeah.
Peace.
Everything's so much better.